Hello, my name is Amy Pitton. I am the director of the Montpelier Senior Activity Center in Montpelier, and I'm here today to present the budget for 2026. During this time, I'll cover some information about MSAC, the services that we offer, the FY26 budget outlook, the challenges and constraints that we are facing, the impacts on service that will occur, and what it means when we look ahead. About us. The mission of the Montpelier Senior Activity Center, or MSAC, is to enhance the quality of life for older adults in the Montpelier area through opportunities that develop physical, mental, cultural, social, and economic well-being in a welcoming, flexible environment. 40% of Montpelier's citizens are eligible for membership at MSAC. We have worked hard to reduce barriers to membership and participation. City residents pay a modest $25 a year to join the center, a fee that can be reduced or waived in cases of financial hardship. Scholarships are also available for all classes. Services. To fulfill its mission, MSAC offers a variety of programs and gatherings, everything from community lunches, to art classes, to bone builders, to Spanish, to trash tramps, to games of mahjong. Each week at MSAC, there are 43 classes offered, 11 weekly drop-in groups, a special workshop or two, 60 meals prepared daily by staff and delivered by volunteers through Meals on Wheels, and one congregate meal that hosts around 30 guests. MSAC is a lively place. No other senior center in Vermont offers the breadth of programming that MSAC members enjoy. We are not your grandmother's senior center. Fiscal year 26 budget outlook. In FY25, the City of Montpelier General Fund appropriated $199,278 to MSAC. This amount is 27% of the total revenue of $740,099 and has traditionally been tied to the MSAC director and office staff salaries and benefits. The balance of our funds comes from class fees, federal meal reimbursements, investments, grants, and fundraising. For FY26, MSAC requested that the general fund appropriation be increased to $245,789, with $42,000 of the increase designated for the Feast Meals on Wheels program. Feast, which delivers approximately 45 daily meals to Montpelier residents and 13 meals to Berlin residents paid for by the town of Berlin, and serves approximately 30 weekly meals at the Tuesday congregate meal, has not been supported by city tax dollars, despite increasing the number of congregate meals is a part of the city's strategic plan. The Feast program has operated at a deficit for the last few years, as have many Meals on Wheels programs in the state, due to rising food and staff costs and limited federal funding. As we look to FY26, the financial challenge for Feast remains. It was our hope that a designated appropriation from the general fund would ease the situation, but given the constraints of the FY26 budget, that is unlikely. Challenges and constraints. The proposed budget reduces the general fund appropriation to $124,303, which is designated to cover only the costs of the MSAC director. The reduction of the appropriation is reflected in the elimination of MSAC's communications and development staff person at a cost savings of $74,975. This layoff would appreciably decrease MSAC's capability to do outside fundraising, which will impact MSAC and Feast's financial ability. The Feast Meals on Wheels program remains in jeopardy without additional funding. Unlike other towns' Meals on Wheels programs, Feast is not a 501c3, which limits its eligibility for grants. The reduction would likely shift communications responsibilities like newsletter production and social media to the city's communications director, adding to her workload. Impacts on service. What will happen? There will be a shift in job responsibilities. What you will see is the director will have more responsibility for fundraising and less time for developing programming, resulting in limited program growth. This, in turn, will affect income potential from classes, which is MSAC's largest single income generator, projected to be $146,000 in FY26. What will happen? The Feast program will be on shaky ground. What you will see, the Feast program, which vulnerable residents depend on for both nutrition and social contact, may no longer be able to be administered and supported by MSAC. What will happen? Fewer offerings. What you may see, less staff will result in a lower capacity to expand other beloved programs like workshops and trips. What will happen? Communications like the weekly email newsletter and social media, as well as meeting advertising goals, will be reduced. What you may see, less communication from MSAC. Some potential outcomes could be reduced participation, reduced membership growth, and general confusion. Looking ahead, the Surgeon General has advised that loneliness and isolation has reached epidemic proportions in the U.S., proposing a risk to health as well as premature death that rivals the effects of smoking. The Montpelier Senior Activities Center enriches the lives of Montpelier residents in important ways, especially for those residents who live alone. It offers a place where folks can gather to find support, friendship, mental stimulation, and ways to build healthy habits. MSAC contributes to the quality of life in Montpelier, extending beyond the 40% of residents that it directly serves. It is an important resource that deserves continued support. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, Amy Pitton, the director, at apitton@montpelier-vt.org, or by calling the Senior Center. Thank you again.